Okay, it is lunch, and I was just thinking to myself that all we've seen on a Sunday morning is one session. One session, which is the first session, which is 2 hours of play. And usually the first session is slow. It's the last session where a lot of action happens.
Yes.
First session is slow. At best in first sessions, you get 80-90 runs and maybe 1 or 2 wickets to fall. But I tell you, this one session on a Sunday morning, we have kind of seen an entire test match in one session.
Exactly.
Because Australia started with 61 or 62
61 for one.
For one. They are all out for 113. And India have come to chase that target also. And they've also lost 1 wicket, the one that will be talked about the most. Overall, we've kind of seen like the whole thing change in just one session.
And 1.5 hours of madness from Australia. 1.5 hours. 52 for 9. Total in this session, you have lost 66 for 10.
Okay.
66 for 10. And Australia, yet again, I had said it even previously also. You even give them a road with no demons, no nothing. You give them a road in India, they'll still collapse.
No.
That is the mental block that they have got, because time and time again, ever since 2013, they have batted first, they have had the best use of the conditions, yet how many tests have they won in India? Just one. Just one in 15 years.
Okay, I'll get to the Australian bashing. We've done a lot of it during innings change. What I want to know from you is, when the innings change happened, and we had a lot of them join us, I asked about 7 people in our office to make a prediction about KL Rahul. 6 out of 7 said he will not get a note, a substantial innings. You're the only one who said he'll get a 50. So he is out early. What would you like to say about his dismissal?
I think let me bash my head first.
By the way, before Siddharth answers, my request to you guys who join us, because sometimes you also help us in finding news, and Anurag, who's our producer, my request to all of you guys, please keep a close watch on Venkatesh Prasad's timeline.
Yes.
Twitter timeline. If you notice anything, we will, we would want to talk about it. So keep a close eye on that. If he writes anything, let us know. Yes, now tell me about KL Rahul. And
he's got Rahu Ketu in his Shani.
He's Rahul, but...
Yeah, but he's got Rahu Ketu. Because look at the way
he's KL Rahul. So K for Ketu.
R for Rahu. The L is behind. So switch the L from Rahul to K. Ketu, L, Rahu. It's that kind of a situation for KL Rahul. I'm telling you, how did he get out? He flicked it, short leg, ballooned it, got the catch. Look at the way how he walked off, trudging. No. It's
so what do you think is unfortunate?
It won't be unfortunate.
Oh,
Venkatesh.
Okay. 1 second. So Akash Chopra replied to him, saying, Venkatesh bhai, test match chal raha hai. How about at least waiting for both the innings to get over? All of us are in the same team, that is Team India. Not asking you to hold back your thoughts, but timing could be a little better. After all, our game is all about the timing. So he was telling him,
yes.
Akash Chopra is telling Venkatesh that wait for the test match to get over and then tweet about KL Rahul form. To which Venkatesh Prasad has replied, honestly, doesn't matter, Akash. In my view, it is very fair criticism, even if he scores a half century in the second innings, and between the match or after the match is irrelevant here. Best wishes for your lovely videos on YouTube. I do enjoy them.
Akash has got his timing wrong, and Venki
got it. This one, Venki hit it out of the park.
Yes, he used the proper slower ball and uprooted the stumps.
Amir Sohail, Venkatesh Prasad, huh?
This was before KL was dismissed.
Yes.
And this is before. By the way, he said even if he gets a 50, but he is not.
Yeah.
Now coming back to what do you make of his dismissal? Unlucky, what happened? What happened?
Well, unlucky, but...
I am asking you, I'm not saying.
Yeah, he was unlucky. But when everything has to go wrong for you, it will go wrong for you.
How is he unlucky? Tell.
Normally, it shouldn't have ricocheted or short leg and then taken. No. That is unlucky. Normally, you thought, okay, let it go somewhere else, but went straight to the keeper.
Yeah, actually, a lot of element was luck was there. Firstly, he timed the ball well.
He timed it well.
Firstly, short leg had no clue where the ball
Exactly.
was. So the fielder didn't even realize. It just randomly hit him.
Yeah.
And it could have, firstly, it could have gone either side of the fielder. It didn't. It went straight to him. Secondly, after it hit him, could have fallen somewhere there only. But it ballooned.
It ballooned up.
And it could have ballooned and yet landed in no man's hand. No, but it ballooned and still went to the wicket. So everything that could go wrong
Went wrong.
Murphy's
Law, but this time it was Lyon bowling, not Todd Murphy. So that's why Lyon gets his man again. And yes, see, I had said that even during the innings break.
So no, but answer, we're not done with KL Rahul yet. Okay, theek hai. There's an element of luck there.
Luck.
On another day, if he was slightly lucky, a lot of things went against him for that.
But prior to that also, he wasn't contributing. Prior to that also.
Yes. My point is, assuming the luck factor or luck came to his side.
He was on thin ice.
No, even if it, let's say, okay, hit shot like and just fell there only, he wouldn't have been out. But honestly, looking at his batting for the past some time, you would have thought he would have got runs.
It would have been an uphill struggle for
He
him.
would have been either bowled or leg before or something would have happened.
Because
2 overs later.
yeah,
3
because
overs.
heading into this match, he was already on thin ice. Because he had not done well in Bangladesh. He had struggled against spin at the top. Then here in Nagpur, again chipped the ball straight back to Todd Murphy when at the end of the day when he shouldn't have been doing that. But he looked good for that 20. But here in Delhi, both innings,
Yeah.
I think the luck factor has run out.
Just have this removed and the mic there, please.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the luck factor has run out. I think
we'll just do 2 of us.
yeah,
No point having.
you will have to look beyond KL Rahul now as an opener.
Yeah.
The luck has run out. Because, and he's also, I think that shake of the head when he went back, I think he realized it. I'm done. I think my chances are over. Because what will he do now? Because how will he make a comeback into the test match scenario? There's no Ranji at this point in time. Ranji is finished with Saurashtra winning.
You think, okay, you asked my personal opinion firstly. My personal opinion is that there is a Shubman Gill waiting. And I think a Shubman Gill deserves a chance
Yes.
now. Fair enough that they wanted to give KL some more chances. He's the vice captain of the team. He had done well, as the batting coach also pointed out earlier. Fair enough, okay. You decided, fresh series you were starting. You wanted to go with a more experienced player. Agreed, all of that. Completely given. If you go back to our videos, I think we also supported him. Now those 2 innings have happened. And it's not just about runs. He's not looking like he's going to be getting any runs.
Yes.
On basis of that, give Shubman Gill a chance. Yes, India would have won this test match, most likely. People will say, oh, they've won it. And it helps some batsmen if you're in bad form. Because when you win, you continue with the same team. But my point is different. I'll argue actually in favor that if you win, all the more reason you can ease someone like a youngster like a Shubman Gill to give him confidence. In fact, better time to give him confidence rather than going with an experienced player. And maybe KL needs to be told. Nobody's saying it's the end of his career. Just some time back, Cheteshwar Pujara was in the same place. He was brought back. And there are many players who've come back. He also could possibly come back. But for now, he needs to go. You need to give the guy who's waiting in the wings, who's in fine form, who's a future. He needs to be given a chance. That's my opinion. That said, now my question is, our opinion is our opinion.
Yes.
We make our 11s. And our 11s sometimes are the same as the 11s that are playing. Sometimes we speak to a few people involved with the selection in base 11s. Sometimes we are right, sometimes we are wrong. The fact of the matter is, eventually the team that the team management wants to play will play. So now my question is, what do you reckon? Is the team management going to play KL Rahul next test match? Because he's got a backing. You heard from the batting coach. You know that the coach is backing
Rohit
him.
Sharma also.
Rohit Sharma. So what do you say?
It will be very, very surprising.
What do you think will happen from team management's point of view, not yours?
Okay, team management.
What is your personal opinion? Should he play, not play?
Personal opinion.
Personal. This
I
got nothing-
think-
you're the
Shubman.
captain.
Shubman
You're the
in
captain
for
of the Indian cricket team. Next test match, India's won this test match.
Yes.
You've seen KL bat 4 innings. Who are you picking as your opener alongside
Shubman.
Shubman? Okay, that's personal opinion. Now,
Yeah.
what is the management going to do?
Rahul will play.
Rahul will play.
Rahul will play. Because I don't think this management wants to chop and change too much. Agreed, if India would have lost the match, then perhaps they would have wanted changes.
My point is, okay, I like that attitude of not chopping and changing, which is good, stability. But then there has to be a threshold, now there has to be a cut-off point. Like it can't be like a guaranteed spot. This is the spot of the Indian cricket team.
Yes.
It's not a train reservation you've done, so you've paid for it. It's now your seat. So till the journey ends, which is your cricketing journey, you will be guaranteed that seat.
Yeah.
It won't work like that. So my point is, at some point, even the team management would. And by the way, as I said earlier, Cheteshwar Pujara was
Yes.
dropped. We've
Rahane.
seen Rahane. You've seen some few other players till recently. Hanuma Vihari was in the scheme of things. He's been left out.
Yep.
Again, I'm not comparing them to KL Rahul, but there have been bigger players who've been asked to sit out.
But
So-
what is the guaranteed threshold that you're saying? In Indian cricket in the last couple of years, you've seen there is no threshold.
No, so like for example, again I go back to Venkatesh Prasad's tweet, and I think valid point where he
Very
took out
valid
the
point, yeah.
data where he says that 30 odd average overall career average in general
Yes.
is not fit enough to be an Indian opener. Even in the previous era where averages weren't very high,
Yeah.
now they're much higher.
Yes.
Even then, like the perfect example was your current chairman, Ship Sundar
Ship
Das,
Sundar
around
Das.
the same average, was not played. So if that is the scene of that is how it is at the moment, then I mean, why should that extra leeway be given? Okay, agreed. Maybe you could have given it that way. Let's assume that KL Rahul was a guy who had an average of 50 or 55, or
Yep.
though I mean that's how big a legend he was. Then maybe a bad phase you would have said. But I'm saying 38 average is not been legend stuff, right?
Yes,
it's an
it
average
isn't.
stuff. So then you have to.
And it's dipped even further. It's now 32, if I'm not mistaken.
So I'm saying for an opener, 32 average. Can you carry on?
No.
On what basis do you carry on?
Very difficult. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
But I guess the point of view of why the backing is for KL. Okay, last 1.5 years plagued with injuries, missed more than played. Perhaps to ease off, and they are already seeing the potential that KL had prior to his injury woes.
Yeah.
Maybe depending on that goodwill that he has built ever since his injury woes, perhaps on that they want to give him a very long rope. But that's
This is what.
on the
This is
basis
what?
of the impact that he could have.
Let's take a few questions. Like there is one where I'm not going to take his name, but he
Yeah.
says, because he's not put his real name.
Real
there,
name,
that-
unfortunately.
unless he does, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
He says Gill average is also 32. Gill also struggles against. Was also struggling in Bangladesh apart from one innings. But hey, he got the. I can't understand what you put that one innings. He got 100, right?
Yeah, he got 100.
So how can you? I mean, can you take innings like somebody's series and he gets 100 anyway? In one 2 test match series, 100 is the best of batsmen get, right?
Yeah.
So if I remove the 100, so obviously the average will be low. Now you can't be selective. He's saying he was also struggling, but apart from one inning, but the one inning he got 100 now, boss.
And
In spinning conditions. And 32, he's got a small sample size is what my point is.
Yep.
I'm saying did he play those many games that KL Rahul has played? Plus, you mustn't forget, the Gill of the last 2 months has been a different Gill that we've seen. Yes, in white ball cricket, but why wouldn't you want to take that forward? And by the way, everyone knew that about Gill, that he's a future prospect. You also don't look at pure numbers. You see potential, and that's the same thing that KL also got
yes,
when he was much younger. Right, that's why you persisted with him. Didn't have a great start, got out for a duck, I think, in his first inning. But you persisted with him because you saw some potential.
yep.
Same thing will have to be. Assuming that how many test matches has KL played?
I think 30 plus.
So whatever. So after 30 test matches or consistent run, and if Gill is also in the same boat and has a dry patch, maybe the same talk should happen about Gill. But right now, I don't think it's fair to be comparing.
Yeah, I mean, Gill was in a purple patch. He is in a purple pageant, right? I mean, 100 in Bangladesh, then he got hundreds against Sri Lanka, then 100 in the T20. He's gotten hundreds in all 3 formats now.
Yeah.
Now, at this point in time, if you had said, yeah, but Gill played 91 in the GABA test, we tend to forget that. Forget the 100. I think that 91 in the GABA was the most impactful in the last 5-6 years by an Indian cricketer.
Yeah, that's what I think
Paresh Patil is like
pointing
saying,
out.
yes.
Amit Khajure is saying maybe the threshold works like that if series is going on and we are winning, no changes. No, I don't agree with that, Amit. I don't. Why should you just get the benefit of somebody else doing well? So you're winning the series maybe because Akshar Patel is getting run, Ashwin is getting run, Rohit Sharma is getting run. So you're winning the series, right? Or Jadeja is taking wickets, or Ashwin is taking wickets, or Shami. Now, so yes, the team is winning. But I don't see why you should get the benefit of that. If I don't keep performing, I'm saying, why don't you think it from a point of view of, see, we all had sympathy for Ishan Kishan,
Ishan
no?
Kishan.
When he was doing well, he didn't get a chance. But
When he got the chance,
no, but Shubman Gill, who was played, showed that the team management was right. In this case, we're feeling for Shubman Gill, but we also agreed that, okay, fine, start with KL Rahul. More experience.
Yeah.
Remember, we discussed that. But I'm saying, now that 2 matches have happened, just because India has won, if I'm Shubman Gill, I'm also saying, now maybe my chance will come. You know,
Yep.
The guy I'm going to replace hasn't had a great time, so my chance will come. So you have to abide by them. So I don't agree with team winning, you should not make a change. Yes, the pressure of making a change is less, I agree.
Yes.
But shouldn't stop you. All the more reason, in fact, better time to make the changes.
better time to make the. But again, India have been so fickle in the last couple of years with selection.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what is the threshold. KL Rahul, maybe on the back of past performances, he's getting a longer rope, very long rope, in fact.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, that rope might be running out very, very soon because he's had 4 failures now. 2 in Bangladesh, 2 in Australia. Against Australian conditions where he should be doing relatively better.
Yeah.
But now, unfortunately, he's not done well. But remember, okay, forget 3-4 years. 2 of his centuries recently came in Sena countries, overseas. Centurion and in Lords. India won that.
Yeah.
So, maybe by
which
that
is why he
impact-
got the longer rope. But it has to end somewhere.
has
na?
to
That's the
end,
point.
yes.
Like, what is...
Pulkeshin K. Tiwari
what
from
is his-
Qatar. He says, get KL as a keeper, push him lower down the order and get Gill to open.
Pulkeshin, firstly, I want to know where in Qatar do you stay? Are you close to Suk Waqif? That's my favorite place. If you are, please go to Suk Waqif, click a few pictures, how it is on a Sunday. I'm missing that place. And just DM it to Sports Today's Insta handle.
Yes.
I just want to see it. So that's first thing, Pulkeshin. Secondly, to his point about this, so it's not going to happen in Test cricket. You cannot go with a makeshift
Yes.
opener. And by the way, you would only do that if KL was in great form with the bat. So then you're in a catch-22 situation where you're like, okay, Gill is in good form. We want to bring him into the Test team. But KL is in great form. We want to accommodate him in the Test team as well. So let's do that. That's not happening. The fact of the matter is that he's not getting runs. So why would you do that? Secondly, he's not a specialist keeper. In Test cricket, whatever you might say, you need a specialist keeper. There was a stage that Ridhwan Saha was preferred as your first choice because he was the best keeper available. He may, though he contributed with the bat on many occasions in Test cricket, but I'm saying that there could have been slightly better batsmen than him as far as wicket-keeper batsmen are concerned, but he was the best keeper, so you went with it. In Test cricket, you're not going to do it. This, I think, is the experiment that will continue in ODI cricket. So
Yes.
KL Rahul, I see, is going to continue being the wicket-keeper opener in not opener, but wicket-keeper batting at number 5 in ODI cricket. That's something that the Indian team has done, and I think that is an experiment that they're going to continue. You will see that. But I'm sorry, that's not going to happen in Test cricket and should not happen in Test cricket. Yes.
Absolutely. But KL Rahul, I mean, what can you say about him? Because see, how much goodwill and how much past performances can keep you for the present at this point in time? 2 impactful knocks that he had, England and South Africa, you won that. 2022, he was again injured more than he played.
No, but whatever, no. You were injured, that's your this thing. Just
Yeah.
stop just lots of questions on KL. So
Yeah.
AKG25 wants to know who will be vice captain if Rahul is dropped.
Ashwin,
Ashwin, yeah, make him.
make him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a brilliant mind.
Yeah, you can absolutely. Then who else? There were a few more on top.
Nobita has.
What is Nobita saying?
Is there any outside now Australia win this test match? I think KL's career has come to an end as far as test cricket is concerned.
Nobita Ravi, see, nobody's career can come to an end, and I don't think we can even decide that.
Yeah.
Just stop there. Just stop there, Anurag. I don't know even we can decide that. And comebacks happen. It's happened many times before. So let's not write anybody's obituary as far as their careers are concerned. He could, but I'm saying for the time being, you need to give somebody else a chance, and it's happened with everyone. I mean, till very recently, and I think Venkatesh Prasad made that point. I mean, Shikhar Dhawan has a much better average.
Yep.
You didn't give him that longer rope. Murli Vijay, yes, he had a bad run and he was dropped after that. We forgot about him having
Yes.
good days also. So it's happened with everyone, and there's no reason why it should not happen with KL.
But is it a technical deficiency with KL Rahul? I think it's mental.
It is mental, but there are technical issues as well. Like, or maybe because those technical issues are now showing because of the mental issues. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, he's tentative in playing those delivery. Even front foot, you could see. He's really tired. Either his bat is hanging far ahead of the pad, or it's behind the pad on certain occasions. So, of course, there are.
Because Shikhar Dhawan, I can understand. Murli Vijay, as he progressed, that moving ball became a big problem
Yes.
for him. And even for Shikhar Dhawan. That's why the 2018 series was the last for both of
But
them.
with KL also, more
Yeah.
often than not, you know that he's going to be out somehow or the other.
Yep. I think he should be in the lower order. I had always said
No, but my point is, basis what, Siddharth? Why should you accommodate? He's in bad form, right? Why should you make space for him in the lower order? What wrong has Sarfaraz done? He's waiting to bat in the lower
Still
order.
waiting, yes.
So why is there a written rule that he has to be there?
No.
So then I'm saying he's given a chance, and he was right to have been given a chance. But if he's not getting a run, now you're finding slots for him. There are people waiting now. What is
Yep.
wrong with them?
There is
Surya
a
Kumar also, you given him one chance
One
only.
chance,
Na?
that's it,
He would
yeah.
also want to play. So
Yeah.
I can't do that. He's an opener. He needs to fight for the opener spot. Fair enough. And he got those chances. If he's not got those runs, then I'm sure the other guy comes in. He spends some time going back. Go back to the basic. Come back, and maybe if there is a slot again that opens up, or maybe Shubman doesn't have the run that we all
Yep.
expect him to be, maybe then again you'll go back to him. Who knows? But I'm saying that due procedure has to be followed. KL would definitely, okay, Parth says that because we were talking what happens next game. He says KL will definitely playing the next game, because next game the coaches would say that last match he was unlucky, he was unfortunate, so he will surely play. Maybe you are right, Parth. Maybe he
Yeah.
ends up playing. But again, as I said, if I was captain coach, and I was one of the guys who were very vocal in supporting him, but if I was captain coach, then I would give Shubman a chance, because I think I've given him a fair run.
Exactly.
It's now only fair that I look forward. Like Sanskar Saxena is saying, and even though he cracks a joke, but it is
It
true.
is already
that
becoming
with
true,
KL
yeah.
in your team, it's like you're already one down.
Yes.
I don't disagree.
There's a very, very mean memes floating around KL Rahul. I can't discuss it on air.
Yeah, but okay, fine. And they shouldn't be,
Yeah.
mean, you shouldn't be mean. But
Yep.
I mean, this is the reality. This is the reality. Crick Mania has a question.
I also feel it's time to slowly ease Pujara from the team. He too doesn't look like someone who can score runs. Why waste a talent like Sarfaraz and Shaw? One of them can be number 3. Well, Pujara did look fidgety in this 100 test. I mean, he was uncharacteristically very nervous. Very uncharacteristic of him. I don't know whether Pujara is like feeling, okay, maybe I'm living on borrowed time. Maybe that's playing on his mind. Because his contributions also, barring that 50s that he hit on this comeback against England, they have also, and that man of the series performance against Bangladesh. But against Bangladesh, unfortunately,
No, but others were struggling.
Exactly.
So he
Virat
got
struggled.
runs, yeah. So he got runs. So you have to be fair to him. So, I mean, he's just won a man of the series in the last series that India played. So,
Yep.
I think we're being a bit early on him. But having said that, I think Pujara himself would know that it's not a long career that he has in
Yes.
front of him. For sure. You may want to look at somebody else, but and sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I
it will
think
happen.
after the World Test Championship final. Because
Yeah,
India
but
are
if he
certain
gets
to
runs,
make
what do you
it,
do?
yeah.
What do you do if he gets runs?
Maybe he'll go out on the high then. Because
But
see,
I don't know
December.
whether he himself would decide, because he's only playing that one format.
One format.
So it's not that he will say, I'm done. He would want to play. Unless, as I said, he also has an extended. I mean, right now he's one man of the series.
13-year career
Yeah.
now, 13 and still going strong at this point.
No,
in
we
time.
all know that he's much closer to the end of his career than where it was when he started. So
Yeah.
he's on that side of the.
Then Crickmania, whenever Pujara goes, I mean, he has the right to choose when he goes because of his contributions that he's had.
No.
If he's
he has
still
the right to go
contributing-
what to choose, but that also doesn't mean you're guaranteed
Yeah.
a spot. The right to select the 11 is also with the captain. So I
Captain.
agree, but I'm saying I think still a bit premature.
Yeah, very.
for Pujara. But I agree that not too many years that you're gonna.
Yes. World Test Championship final. After that, maybe the Test team might have a revamp. Because a new cycle, maybe in December when they play South
Maybe
Africa.
They may not focus so much suddenly on the Test, because in the ODI World Cup your full energies are going to be there.
Yep.
So I don't know what they'll concentrate on, but Yeah.
Oh boy, Mr. Shaker from the US of A. Morning, gents. All should have had, what is that?
Ram's Chole Bhature.
Accompanied with a mega sized glass of lassi. Could have lazily played out 2 innings. Oh
No,
boy.
it would have actually
Anesthesia.
Chole Bhature is anesthesia. I felt it because I had Chole Bhature for breakfast, and after that I was feeling so sleepy.
Yeah.
But then I had to drive home also after eating because I had gone out to eat those. And because I
Brave
had seen
man.
Virat Kohli order those yesterday, I had made up my mind that I will have Chole Bhature. But there's no point ordering it, bringing
Yeah.
it, because then the bhaturas they become soft.
Soft,
I don't like that. I want that
crisp, hot.
crisp and that fluffy ones.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I went out to eat it. After that, it was so much like anesthesia that I just didn't have the energy to drive back. So I had to add 2 cups of coffee. Even now, I'm taking some bit of caffeine in a different form.
Whatever it is, I don't know what Australia's laziness, but I say Nikhil is a very, very brave man. To have chole bhature in the morning, that too, and to come to work, you are an even braver man.
Yeah.
To come to work. Oof. Because
So-
I would rather want chole bhature when I have an off.
But
Because
what could Australians eat? Then they would have got.
no, I think they
Delhi
would have
belly.
withdrawn from the match. Delhi belly. We
Delhi.
can't play. Then Australia would have given it on a walkover. Just on a walkover. Simple.
Yeah.
Oh yes, sports warrior with a thing. In 2013 BGT, Sehwag was dropped after the second test. Even he was also
Yes.
not. And
Good point.
Shikhar Dhawan, what a knock that was. 187 of the finest runs that we have ever seen in Mohali. Scored the fastest century by an Indian debutant. Absolutely, I mean, that knock was Shikhar Dhawan making up for so much of lost time that I was like blown away. And imagine, one day was washed out in Mohali, yet Australia lost.
There is a meme on the internet because of how Australia were batting, and we
Yes.
discussed a lot. If you joined us in that mid inning about, and we were talking like I put my hand on my head and said, why do they have to sweep when it's not paying any dividends?
Yep.
You're getting out again and again.
Exactly.
It's no compulsion. It's not written in any rule book that you have to sweep. It's not working for you, and you're still going ahead and doing it. So why?
Yeah.
And so there is a meme which is on Twitter which is saying that Australia are inspired by the ruling party of Delhi to play only sweep. The Jhadu.
Chadu,
So that this is again no
Oh
political
my
comment.
goodness.
We're not passing a political comment to for against any party. Just saying that because you're in Delhi and Delhi is known for Jhadu.
I know that they want to sometimes clean sweep a series, but this is taking it way too far for Australia.
Yeah. Or as Harsha Bhogle tweeted actually. So he wrote sweep with weep in the bracket.
Oh wow. Excellent. That is brilliance.
Because all you're doing is weeping
Weeping, I mean,
by
yes.
sweeping.
I know.
Why are you still doing it?
I know. Oof. I mean, Alex Carey, I'm telling you, I know that he's aggressive, but man, there should
Very
be
disappointed.
there
with
should
this
be something up here.
Exactly. Again, we discussed it earlier. Australian teams and why you must realize that I think after India, if there is one team which will have the maximum fans in India, it will be the Australian team. Australian players have a lot of fan following
Yes.
in India. Okay, whether it was Ponting, Gilchrist, Hayden, Vaughan, McGrath, huge fan following. Why? Because you may dislike their sledging or in your face attitude, whatever, but you appreciate winners. You always like
Yeah.
winners, right? And that they were a team of winners. So what is it that you liked about an Australian team? You know, no matter what, these guys are going to fight till the end, till that last ball, last run. They're going to give it their best, even when they are not in their best of form or ability or conditions are not suiting them. You know that they'll come and fight it out. They may lose a match, but they'll fight for the next. What you're seeing here is winning and losing and another thing, not getting runs another thing, is the lack of fight, which is so un-Australian, I can't tell you. For a team that prides itself in being warrior-like, in fighting, not just winning or losing, for them to be capitulating like this.
2 consecutive tests now.
Yeah, so un-Australian. I mean, this is not the Australian team that
Yeah.
we grew up watching.
I mean,
Or
even
the
when,
Australian culture.
even when they lost 4-0 in 2013, at least they put up a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
They put up a fight in Mohali. They put up a fight. They put up a fight in Delhi.
Yes.
But
Every time.
Yeah.
That series 2001, yes,
Oh,
India won,
yeah.
but look at them. You know, as I'm saying, they go down. They won the series after that.
Yep. In 2008, you drew 2 tests, but then you drew out of sheer grit.
And see, again, what I'm saying is, I don't know, I was a big fan of Pat Cummins, but really left disappointed with him. He is the captain. A captain needs to, and Australian captains have always been the ones leading from the front. And I think, even though Tim Payne did a decent job, but again, I think that captaincy, that whole
Yes.
Australian captaincy sort of a thing that it's just like dropped down from that. I mean, that prestige or the
Yeah.
kind of captains that you used to get. Ricky Ponting, Steve Waugh, Alan Borders, Mark Taylors of the world. Yeah, what captain you've seen before that? Greg Chappell, Ian
Yeah.
Chappell.
Richie Benaud.
Richie Benaud, exactly. What captains? Yeah, all of them. So now with a Pat Cummins, I'm sorry, but with the ball, hardly
proactive.
fire.
Yeah.
Not bowling up with the pace down below 140. I remember him bowling consistently above 140s, not reaching there with a bat. Okay, fine, he may not be a great batsman in these conditions. He's otherwise a handy bat, maybe not, but at least show a fight. Now show your team you've come there to fight. You're going to stay. You're going to fight till that last ounce of blood in your body. You're going to fight for that. But what does he do? He just comes, plays an irresponsible, yes, the ball stayed low, irresponsible shot. What is the message that goes into the dressing room? Like, my captain is not interested, wants the match to be finished earlier. Why will the foot soldiers then fight for the team?
By
Very
the way,
sad.
I think Pat Cummins is burdened by that history because, see, whenever he's played, Australia never won the Border Gavaskar Trophy.
Yeah,
17, 18, 20, and India, see, now they
Let's
have
say that record remains. I say, okay, assuming that continues. But I'm saying, show me a fight. Show me that you've come to compete. I think the Sri Lankan team that came to India, we were trashing them. They gave a better fight.
They gave
yeah?
a better fight, yep.
With an unknown team that came last time and they lost. But at least they fought. They scared India on certain occasions.
Because, see, Australia seemed to have lost it even before the first ball of the series was bowled. I mean, which Australian team in the past would get spooked by pitches?
Yeah.
This team got.
Yeah.
The 4 series that happened prior to that, what was the main difference? India defeated Australia in their own conditions. Number 2. Number 3, the sledging factor is totally gone now because Australia knows if we sledge, India will give it back twice, thrice.
Yeah.
Now that mental aspect has been gone.
And I also think that whole thing of, after that sandpaper gate, they went through that whole image change.
Yeah.
We have to be good boy. I think they were best suited with that aggressive, pack of dogs kind of a hunting attitude that they had. That I think suited them best. When they tried to change and become the good boys of cricket, and they had to because, they got a lot of flack after that sandpaper gate. That whole transformation is to try to show the world that, we are also good guys. Just didn't work for them. Didn't. And I think they should have let and continued with their earlier avatar or the image that they had of being fighters. I think that just worked for them.
Yeah, it's just gone. So that's the unfortunate thing.
Pulakeshin Tiwari is saying he's in Doha, but West Bay area. Okay, so West Bay is a nice, rich, affluent area.
Wow.
A fancy near the beach and all. So we'll DM pics to Instagram handle. Okay, I think we need to harvest talent of left-handers. India's left-handed batsmen or bowlers do have an amazing advantage: power hitting or lethal bowling.
Of course. I mean, look at power hitting. You don't need to look at Rishabh Pant. I mean, you don't need to look beyond him for power hitting and taking the game away. Rishabh Pant. Left-hand bowlers. Well, Jaidev Unadkat did do well in the Ranji final, taking 9 wickets, 6 in the second innings.
Yeah.
But again, any other left-armer that we may have after the brilliance of Zach and Nehra, that will be a big boots to fill.
Yeah, you see, it's not that the problem with left arm. It's not that the Indian team is not looking for them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, nobody's really stepped up to that level. There was one point you had Irfan, you had Nehra, you had Zahir Khan. There was a RP Singh.
RP Singh, yes.
So you had a crop of left arm bowlers. Now what is happening is we see a lot of them. They've spoken about it as well. But suddenly they become unfit.
Yes.
Mohsin was one.
Yeah.
Khalil Ahmed was one. There is the Delhi guy, Yash.
Yash Dayal.
Yash Dayal. Is
Yash-
he lefty?
I don't know.
I think he is.
Yash Dayal, yeah.
So he is there. Then you had Mukesh Chaudhary, or Kumar.
Kumar is right.
No,
He's right.
Chaudhary, I think it is.
Yeah, Mukesh Chaudhary, CSK.
Yeah, left arm.
Left arm, yeah.
So you have Mukesh
But too
Chaudhary.
raw.
But I'm saying there are
Yeah.
guys. Then Natarajan, I think you've looked beyond him. He was
looked beyond
also
him.
injured for a long time. So there have been, but then they've been injured, not been available. So that's an issue. It's not that India
Sakaria is doing well in.
Sakaria also, yeah.
He's a left armer.
Yeah, yep. So there are, but I think still
Yes.
you would want to. But left arm spinner is doing the job, yeah. Akshar
Yeah.
Patel,
Ravindra Jadeja. Jaddu 7 for 42.
left arm spin.
Yeah, what a performance from him. He and Ash,
Yeah.
the two spin twins,
Yeah.
the new spin twins after Bajji and Kumble.
Yep.
Although Kumble Bajji, that nostalgia will always remain because.
Yep.
But I think they're all right up there as match winners.
Yeah, absolutely. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
They're right there.
I mean,
Just taking a few comments before we wrap up. Fit Monk is saying, sad to see Aussies surrendered completely. Had huge expectations from Cummins. Now it's looking like boring garbage. Very, very valid
valid,
point. This is
yeah.
exactly what we were discussing, Fit Monk. Okay, Gurgaon Gladiator says, in case of 2 quick wickets, will India start panicking? What do you guys think? Sai Baba, oh my God. You've got Sai Baba, Saints also joining us. He's saying that you got to realize that this is a hitman era. No team can give a fight to India, even if the game is played in Mars. Oh, that'd be interesting. I would want India to have this kind of dominance
In the
World Test
WTC final.
Yes. So that's that. How old is Akshar? Mr. Shekhar wants to know. From his debut in 2014, he's a late bloomer with a bat, just like Jadeja after 2017. Ready-made replacement if Jaddu quits. Yes, but 29 is
Yeah.
Akshar. So yeah, but still a few years. Yeah,
Still a
good
few years,
6-7 years can be.
Can be,
yeah.
yeah. Jaddu, another 3 years. 3 to 4 years.
Talk about the match before we wrap up. You think India need to be worried? 101 runs they need, 9 wickets in hand. Any panic, any
Nah.
collapse? Because listen, your top order hasn't really been firing.
But your
It's
lower order.
So you have more faith in the lower.
Yes.
Acha.
Ashwin, Jadeja, Akshar. They'll do the job.
I hope that it doesn't.
Are you hoping for a Barbados? 1997, 120?
Oh, don't remind me.
Oh man, that.
That don't remind
That
me.
was
Sachin Tendulkar said is one of the lowest phases of his
Yeah,
career.
I mean,
I remember watching that match, staying up late at night. Franklin Rose, was it?
Franklin Rose,
Yeah.
Curtly Ambrose,
Curtly
Ian
The
Bishop.
ball staying low and
One
all
going
that.
high.
One
Sidhu was undone by a brute, I
Yes,
remember.
yes.
Dravid undone by a low, this thing. Azharuddin and Ganguly both undone by low balls from Ambrose.
yes.
Even Ambrose 10 feet, the ball coming 2 feet.
Yes.
Oh man. I mean, that was the lowest of the low. We couldn't go any lower than that.
Yeah. No, I don't think it will happen, and I hope it doesn't go to the tail enders. I have a lot of faith, or I shouldn't be calling them tail enders, but I have a lot of faith.
We
in
have
Akshar
batting
Patel.
till number 9.
Yes. No, but you would want the top order to finish this, the top middle order to finish it.
Kohli scoring the
There
winning
was a
runs.
suggestion, I forget which commentator, which was a good, decent suggestion that if a wicket was to fall, send a left-hander in Jadeja and keep Shreyas a little lower also, because he
Yes.
can, to take that pressure,
Yep.
finish off game, which he has done. It's not a bad idea.
Sometimes I wonder in these kind of things, why don't you, if the top order is struggling, do what Bradman did. Flip the batting order. 36, 37,
yeah.
you remember Melbourne? It was an absolutely treacherous wicket. But Bradman decided that the tailenders have better technique to counter the moving ball on that than the top order. It worked.
Yep.
The 7th wicket had a 340 run stand. And Australia, being 2-0 down against England, went on to win 3-2. Try something new here. वो तो इसमें नहीं होगा, I know. I would see Virat Kohli wanting to hit the winning runs. That's what
Can
I would say
happen.
in Delhi. Yeah, can happen.
Can
So,
happen. That is home ground.
Yep.
So game has started. Thank you
Yep.
for your company. Hopefully, the next time we meet, it will be the end of the game.
End of the game, 2-0, and India getting the Border Gavaskar Trophy back for the 4th time.
See you. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye. Vanakkam.